the exhibition, we met a delegation from the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
So they all came and saw the products for the first time.
Yeah.
And we won a contract for 200 tables.
Marvellous.
Which are
Congratulations.
currently being installed all over the country. So
Right.
very exciting, yeah.
They are great operating tables.
I've been amazed at the sense of dynamism and enthusiasm that I've witnessed going around the show today. It's the largest ever British presence that we've had, which is very encouraging. And I think people sense that we're at a turning point in terms of the appetite for the UAE to engage with overseas companies in the way that they are looking to develop their healthcare system here.
Well, what's quite nice about this is it came out of Cardiff University Medical School, but it's been funded by private money. So it's a combination of public and private coming together, and in the UK it's the sort of gold standard now for teaching.
Is point shit?
Just be aware of your tippiness.
Yes.
It's very agile.
Grab that. I'll just take one of these screws off. Again, literally press.
Oh my goodness.
You actually take...
Yes. This is amazing.
It really is.
We really have taken Formula One engineers, said to them, we want to make a wheelchair using all of your technology that's going to be the best in the world, one of a kind. And that's what we've got. And that's what's brought us to this show today.
I must say this has exceeded all my expectations in terms of the presentation of the stands and also the quality of the companies that we have exhibiting.
Walking around the exhibition hall this morning, it's quite different from what it was 7 years ago. 7 years ago, the UK Pavilion was probably only about 50 companies. This year, it's 3 times the number, about 150. And talking to some of the exhibitors, they're noticing a difference.
You know, this show has now become, as I understand it, the second biggest medical show in the world, on its way to being the first biggest medical show in the world, no doubt. It is huge. It is a world showcase. You are showing the world your products here.
Well, it's first time at Air Health, and I'm blown away. You know, the size of it all, the buzz, the excitement, the number of customers and prospects coming here to talk to us. So it's, you know, clearly one of the big events in the industry.
It's a fantastic exhibition, and if you've not been before, I'd thoroughly recommend you look it up and you get your travel plans sorted for January next year.
Arab Health as a show, it's always growing. Each year we come, it's bigger, it's better, there are more people here, so we always look forward to it. It's probably our most engaging show of the whole year.
No other exhibition can give you this opportunity to meet people, to meet exhibitors from all over the world, and it's like you gather in the whole world in one piece of land, which is Dubai.
We see it as an international show. We now get distributors coming from all over the world here. We see people as far afield as Australia, all the way up to Northern Europe, Africa. So we see this as an international event. We do not see this as a Middle East or a Gulf event for us.
International markets are everything to us, actually. We're a product and a service-based business, but when you actually just take our product business alone, about 95% of what we do is international-based, and particularly the emerging markets are very, very important to us.
The opportunities overseas have grown rapidly for us. As a business, our innovation has moved us into areas where we can be much more competitive overseas. So internationally, that's where one of our big focuses are.
ABHI is undoubtedly an essential ingredient for ensuring that we have an identity that people can relate to. The stand that ABHI has this year is, I must say, extremely impressive. It's the best stand I have ever seen, and all credit to those who've designed it. It's very attractive.
What I think is particularly impressive this year is the scale and the sophistication of the ABHI Pavilion. If you look around you, you'll see the very best of British represented not only within the trade shows around the pavilion, but actually here on the stand.
ABHI have transformed the British Pavilion in the last 2 years. I walked through several of the country pavilions today. I couldn't find a hub, I couldn't find a centre, I couldn't find somewhere selling the country. There was lots of individual companies, but what's wonderful is this central hub.
So this is a simulator that we have built and are still working on. Today I'm going to show you a part of the implantation of a ventricular assist device. Blood comes in this way and would go out on the side here.
The theatres and the cases that are being done are so professional. Nobody else is doing it.
We're just implanting a ventricular assist device here. And that's how it would look in the operating theatre. Then the device goes in. Now the device is attached to the heart.
It really stands Britain apart. And I think that's a fantastic pat on the back to the international guys and the people at ABHI.
And we have a simulator here. I'm going to go through a TAVI procedure. So I'm going to introduce a pigtail catheter. And that's a perfect deployment of the Sapien 3 prosthesis. It's very realistic and it's very helpful in allowing people to realistically think through a procedure, the steps of a procedure, before actually undertaking the procedure itself.
"5 years from now, it's all going to be about the patient. You know, it's about the patient and how can we track the patient through the health continuum and constantly afford them with the best care, the best help around the globe.
So for the first time ever, this technology being smaller and smaller, cheaper and cheaper, we're able to monitor patients from their own homes. For instance, with this little patch that we're using, to be able to monitor 9 vital signs from patients from their own homes into our own clinical setting.
If we really want to make steps, which we can do now with technology in cancer, you know, through digital pathology, genomics, that by definition will be global. You know, you will have people in the Middle East working together with people in the US, in the UK, and globally, you know, working on the data and extracting information from the data that they can use to create better healthcare.
We're living at a time of tremendous technological change. If you think about genomics, big data, digital technology, all these things have the ability to transform the way that care is delivered and to transform the prevention agenda.
With all these devices, for instance, like the Apple Watch, people will start measuring them even when they're not sick. So this gives us the opportunity for the first time in history to be present when a person gets sick.
Been a tremendous energy that I have sensed on the show floor. I've met some fantastic companies and the turnout at this reception is marvellous to see. The UK is already the #1 destination in Europe for foreign direct investment. And now our aim is to become the #1 destination for foreign direct investment from emerging markets. And we have some natural strengths sitting between the North American and Asian time zones. We're part of the European market of 500 million people. We are ideally placed in the UK for attracting global business.
Quite frankly, it's, I don't think, said often enough But the industry, the business of healthcare and life sciences, is second only to financial services in its importance to the British economy. And therefore, everybody in this room, with your remarkable businesses, are making a tremendous contribution to our country currently and to its future. Contributions defined not only by the fact that the inventions, the innovations, the discoveries, the products that you make available to healthcare professionals transform patients' lives day in and day out, but also that in running successful businesses you make a fundamental contribution to the British economy. And I would, in my role as a business ambassador, like to thank you all for your deep commitment to improving patient care throughout the world, driving forward advances for our fellow citizens to ensure that the NHS can continue to deliver the best care, and of course thank you all for the tremendous contributions you're making to the government strategy to ensure that trade throughout the world continues to support and grow our economy at home. Thank you very much indeed.